Welcome to Rayo Energy Wednesday meditation. I'm so glad you could join. Welcome. So last week we delved into this last little trickle of winter and honoring the literal and the metaphysical winters that we've been through. Our yin energy time, our darkness, our interior. And now we are a couple weeks away from the spring equinox. And our weather here is very much springtime, and it has been for a couple weeks, and I'm sure that's slowly spreading across the country. So as we enter this yang energy, this outwardness, this energy, this activity, this time of action and brightness and sunshine, I want to help us travel forward with a sense of that interior, a sense of that darkness, and a sense of that yin energy. I noticed that after the time changed on Sunday, it was like I flipped a switch and I just jumped into go mode. And completely, I got a little unbalanced for a couple days with a lot of go-go. I was achieving a lot of, achievement energy, but not enough rest and not enough, balance with those two energies. So the masculine and the feminine. So as we make our transition into spring, and we're still on this sort of liminal space of transition, I want us to feel a really strong bridge between those energies. So that's where we're starting out today. And I'd like you to just sit back and take a gentle breath in through the nose, letting it seep out through the mouth. And just feel your whole body, head to toe, become present. As you feel the air gently flow in through the nose and out through the mouth, becoming even more aware of your feet and the arches of your feet, each toe, the big toe, the middle toes, the pinky, the heel of your foot, the top of the foot, the outer blade of the feet. And feeling the surface or the soil beneath your feet, whether you can scrunch it up with your toes, or if you're 4 stories up in your apartment building, feeling the imaginary ground of your choice underneath your feet today. And as you inhale and exhale, I'd like you to begin to imagine, to see, or just to feel, or to have a knowing sense that your breath is flowing in and out of the feet, being exchanged with the earth. As you inhale, the breath flows up from the earth through the feet, up through the body. And as you exhale, your breath flows down through the body and out through the soles of the feet, back into the earth. And as you breathe with earth, feeling your breath begin to form roots flowing out of the feet into the crust of earth. With each breath, breaking a new piece of soil as they tunnel outward, maybe downward. Perhaps you prefer to grow a taproot instead of roots that fan outward. And with every breath, these roots expand, reach farther into the beautiful soil of earth that's supporting us. And with each breath, you're drawing up nutrients from the earth directly into your body, drawing up the wisdom of earth into your cells, into your organs, into your muscles and skin and fascia, into your bones and nerves, into your energy field. And with each breath, you feel just a little bit more stability as your roots are reaching deeper and wider, making even more connection with the land. And these roots reach deep into the darkness, drawing up the wisdom of yin energy, rooting your body, rooting your energy, your psyche in this beautiful, creative, feminine, nourishing energy. And as you breathe, feeling this nourishing yin energy, this creativity, the feminine aspect, very clearly feeling this at the lower dantian, or the lower abdomen, in this energy center, which is the source of our essence. It's our foundation. And if you're a visual person, you can imagine this energy at this area of the body, or you can feel it. You can feel the softness of it. You can feel the creation, the sparkle of it, and the deep-rootedness of it. Knowing that this beautiful energy is a huge part of your stability. and knowing that if you ever feel out of balance with these energies, simply going back to remembering your roots, feeling your roots reaching just a little farther into earth. And as you breathe these roots wider and deeper, a sprout begins to creep through the soil. And this beautiful little sprout, with each breath, begins to grow, begins to widen, lengthen, stretch. And if you feel the urge right now to stretch your arms out or above your head, you can envision yourself or feel yourself like that little sprout breaking ground, reaching up toward the sun. And with each breath, the trunk begins to widen, begins to reach up higher and higher toward the sun, toward this beautiful sky above us. And you can feel that because of the reach of your roots, your trunk feels very stable, feels very safe, feels very balanced as it reaches farther and farther up, expands farther outward. With each inch that this trunk begins to grow upward, you feel the roots reaching just a little bit farther to balance. Like the roots and the trunk are in such close connection, such close relationship. Always communicating to feel when the trunk is swaying just a little bit more than it needs to, is bending just a little bit more than it has to. And allowing your roots to reach farther into the soil, connecting even deeper with earth until your trunk feels stabilized again, feels at ease. And as this trunk, you feel the air particles around you on the outside of your bark, nourishing you, supporting you, drinking in this air element that fuels this upward movement, fuels this outward reach, this growth. And as you feel the breeze brush past your trunk, you feel joy and play as you engage with it and dance in the breeze. Feeling this breeze caress your bark, your tree skin, feeling it strengthen you, testing how much you can bend, testing how much you can wave and dance. And as you begin to grow a solid trunk, with each breath you begin to grow branches out of this trunk. And as you begin to grow some branches and maybe even some leaves or needles, begin to notice the characteristics of this tree body that you're growing. Are you a saguaro cactus? Are you seemingly an evergreen tree? Are you the tree of life? And just noting the feeling that you get about this without analyzing why this particular tree has attracted your attention today. And as you breathe and grow these beautiful branches or arms that are reaching upward, outward, your roots can feel, as you grow off to the right and off to the left or straight up, and they respond by reaching deeper into the earth, reaching wider across the crust of earth, knowing just how much stability and nourishment the visible part of your tree needs to be safe, to feel secure, to feel inspired to reach out and to expand. And as you feel these branches or arms that you're growing, moving in this gentle breeze that's caressing the trunk of your tree, you can feel the connective support of the roots beneath these waving branches. Even though they are seemingly immobile in the ground, these roots are so closely connected to the movement up above. And you can see them light up, or you can feel them activate as you lean to the right. You feel these roots support that lean, and you lean to the left. And you feel the stability from below, and you reach high, and you feel unquestionably balanced. You feel such trust as you reach outward and upward, because you know how connected and strong your roots are. And you trust that they are reaching deeper and wider on your behalf in support of you. Such that your upward and outward growth as this beautiful tree is effortless. And it becomes complete joy to dance and wave in the wind. And as you breathe, breathing the growth of leaves and perhaps flowers on this beautiful tree, feeling the nourishment run up the roots, up the trunk, all the way to the buds of these leaves and flowers. Seeing or feeling that electric energy running between the tips of each root and the tips of each branch. Feeling the trunk electric, coursing with life force, coursing with excitement to reach up and out, bubbling with curiosity about what it can see from these great heights. And as we turn our attention upward to the beautiful sun shining above your tree, we can feel the nourishment now beginning to reach these new leaves on our tree, so that now there is nourishment coming from above and below. This beautiful, highly energized, photonic light energy from the sun feeding the leaves, and this beautiful interior dark sustenance and nourishment coming from the core of earth. And these two beautiful energies are meeting here in your tree body. Meeting and mixing and interacting, collaborating within your body for your greatest health and your greatest well-being and your greatest excitement and your greatest joy. And as we expand our view on this beautiful tree body, we feel this support, this unconditional love and support from the top of our highest branches to the deepest roots and all around us, as the air supports our trunk and our branches, so that as this tree we are fully supported in every way by these beautiful elemental energies. And as we turn our attention to the leaves or the needles that your beautiful tree body is sprouting, allow yourself to be immersed and maybe overwhelmed by the beauty of this greenery. So many shades of green, the neon green of baby leaves sprouting, the darker shades of needles, the different shades of green as the sun and the shade play across the surface of the leaves and the branches. And allow yourself to stay immersed in this beautiful color green, whether it's a visual for you or it's a knowing or a feeling of the color green, the vitality and the vibrancy of this color. the newness, the freshness. Just allow these words and these feelings or this visual to wash over your whole body. And if you remember from our Tibetan 5 warrior syllables, our last syllable, za, is connected with the color green and vitality and sprouting new action. So if you'd like, for about a minute or so, you can hear that za syllable in your head. Just imagine the chanting. Or if you know the script, you can hold that script in your mind. Or simply za, D-Z-A, you can hold the word in your mind as we take a few breaths together. And I'd like you to take a stroll underneath this beautiful canopy of a tree that you have grown today during this meditation. And whether you see yourself in third person or in first person, standing or sitting underneath this tree or cactus or evergreen, or you feel yourself there, just know that you're there. Just admire its beauty, admire its power, admire its expansion. Take solace in its shade. You may want to dance with the branches as they wave in the wind and refract the sunlight here and there. You may want to smell its bark and its leaves. Feel the roots that stick just out of the ground at the base of the trunk. Just take a few breaths, enjoying this incredible tree that you've grown. this tree that has rooted itself in this beautiful, creative, feminine yin energy, in this earth, this elemental earth energy. And this tree that has reached up into the sunlight, unafraid, bravely reaching its branches out farther and upward, unabashedly waving in the breeze, unabashedly taking up the space it needs to be fully expressed. Feeling how your tree body unites all of the elements, how you are connected and nourished by all of the elements around you. And as you take your final breaths with this beautiful tree body that you've grown, thanking it for reflecting your passage into spring at this moment. For showing you how much power you have within you and how much the elements are here to support us. And placing your hands on this tree, if that feels right to you, and thanking it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathing in one last deep breath through the nose and releasing it fully from the mouth. And whenever you're ready, beginning to wiggle the toes and the fingers, bringing your presence back into this moment of waking life. Feeling your feet on the ground. Maybe reaching your arms into the air and stretching your branches out wide. And as we move into spring, bringing this sense of connectedness with our internal energy, with our feminine, creative yin energy with us, to balance the outward yang. I wish you much balance in this week and much love, and I look forward to seeing you next week.